Yo, it's good today for me watching a horror film. But if I scream, I have to drink this whole bottle of hot sauce, guys. Which is why I have to try not to scream. Or else I have to drink it. So, if y'all like this video, just like it. It's not that hard. Let's get into it. Y'all, I forgot to tell y'all. I told y'all, since y'all didn't watch the whole video, y'all didn't hear the message. I told y'all I'd get y'all some milk duds, some Swedish fish, some popcorn, and a bottle of Coca-Cola. So go ahead and get y'all some if y'all got it right now before we start. I'm gonna give y'all some time.
I started making TikToks a few years ago, just as a fun thing to do. I never really thought it was going to go anywhere. I just liked making videos with my friends. Then more recently, I had a few different videos go viral and started to actually gain a decent following. It's funny how quickly something like that can take off. Once that happened, I began to take it a lot more seriously, and things were going pretty good for a while. I was making decent money from my videos, and I really enjoyed what I was doing. Of course, none of it lasted that long in the end. I'm an only child, and my relationship with my parents was really strong. I still live with them, and the three of us would do stuff together pretty often. They completely supported me in my social media. Everything was great, until I discovered that my mom had a dark secret. She had been having an affair with a younger man. It had been going on for years. I couldn't believe it when I found out. My parents seemed so happy. It just didn't make any sense. My mom begged me to keep it from my dad. She said that it would destroy him. I hated being any part of it, but it was what made my mom happy, so I reluctantly agreed. After that, things started to go bad. I still filmed TikTok videos and portrayed being happy, but when the cameras went off, I was in a dark place. Every time that my mom left for work or went shopping, I knew what she was up to. It was hell keeping it a secret from my dad. Anytime he wished my mom a good day at work, I wanted to scream. Then, one night, my dad went to sleep early because he had to be up for work the next day. As soon as we were sure he was asleep, my mom began to explain to me that she wanted to break things off with the other guy.
Listen, I just want us to be a happy family again. No more secrets.
I agreed completely and encouraged her to end it with the guy right then. So my mom texted the guy and told him that it was over. There was no response at first. Then, suddenly, she started getting a bunch of threatening texts from the guy. He had completely snapped. The next thing we knew, he was calling my mom and yelling at her over the phone.
You think you can just toss me aside, bitch? After I gave you years of 20-year-old pipe?
He continued to scream at her over the phone until he eventually threatened to leak a bunch of scandalous photos and videos of the two of them together. He said that he would make sure that everyone in town knew what my mom had done. The two of us snapped after that.
What are we going to do? He'll tell everyone. It's going to make your father want a divorce.
We are not going to let that happen. You hear me? Whatever it takes. He is not going to destroy our family.
Mom and I both got in the car and headed to the location. Neither of us said much in the car. We met up with the guy a few minutes later. He had brought his buddy with him as some sort of backup. The other guy didn't say much though. He just stood behind his friend and watched what was going on. My mom tried to reason with the guy at first, but he was obviously way too upset to listen. He just kept yelling about how she couldn't do this to him. Finally, my mom got fed up with him and told him that she wanted him gone from her life.
It's over between us. There's nothing you can do, and leaking those pictures isn't going to change anything.
He still wouldn't listen though. He told us that he was definitely going to leak and we should just screw off.
What I tell y'all, that boy that got anger issues. What I tell y'all. What I tell y'all. Y'all, if y'all can stay to the end of this video, I'll drink this bottle of stuff. I'll drink it. Not all of it, but some of it. Just because. Yeah.
He then got into a car with his friend and drove away. The next thing I knew, my mom and I got into our car and began chasing after them.
We can't let them get away.
You think?
We quickly caught up with them, and it wasn't long until we were driving right beside them, both going over 100. I didn't even hesitate. I couldn't tell you for sure what was going through my mind, but I knew I couldn't let them leak those pictures. I couldn't let them hurt my family. I took a deep breath and then slammed our car into theirs. My heart was pounding. For a second, I just wanted to hit the brakes and make it all stop, but I knew what I had to do. I let out a loud scream as I jerked the wheel to the left one more time. The car tumbled off the road. My mom and I went home after. We didn't really know what else to do. It wasn't long after that when the police came by. They had found the text on the guy's phone. My mom and I were arrested for the slaying of both men. I obviously don't do TikToks anymore as I'm in jail for life. The worst part about everything, though, is that after all that, my dad was just left with nobody. Guess we did end up hurting our family after all. This story was inspired by a horrifying incident regarding a cold-blooded crime.
That video just seemed more sad than scary. You feel me? You know. We gonna take off for the video. We gonna take off for the video. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1, 1. I ain't got no water. That's hot. That's hot. That's how we end the video. Subscribe.